Charles Davis, as always. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes
Two
last week.
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
A first down throw from Mayfield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a second down. And here's the offensive unit, and we highlight a very good guy, A.J. Green.
Let's just make it simple. He's a game breaker.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
We got 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a quick throw out wide to Humphries. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Humphries. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. The numbers for Green a week ago: 6 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Washington's got it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Tim Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award, and he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week, but when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely, and he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. I wonder what he did with it.
Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Nassib just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now it's Jackson, and the pressure gets to him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just take.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Swift. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And Eifert has it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Jackson now off the bootleg. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Jackson now. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. 4th down, here's Jackson.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the first down.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Ravens on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Jackson will throw again. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Push him back. Push him back.
Mayfield on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mayfield now toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Let's go.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mayfield got his man. It's Eifert. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Going to the air again with Mayfield. To the left side here for Eifert. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. He gets it to Humphries. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And again, it's Mayfield. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's got this down to the 35. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Mayfield now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. It's caught. Humphries. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the 13-year man puts it through, and it's now 13-8. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure? The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. To throw is Jackson, dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a give, right side. Mooney. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. Got a man. It's Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He is looking to help his team build their lead after trailing at halftime. They've got to like the spot they're in right now.
They have to love it, but as you and I both know, cliche alert coming here. You're only as good as your last possession. But I think that they like, as you said, the spot they're in and how confidently they're playing at this point.
But again, just a 1-possession lead, looking to expand that now. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's Jackson to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a man open down the middle of the field. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Jackson now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson steps away to his left. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Jackson is going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's Schwartz. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give him 17 on that pickup. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Pass caught left side by Humphries. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Mayfield now from the 50. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Mayfield now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And now this throw complete to Washington. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield finding Green complete.
Let's go.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Bengals on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. Complete to Washington. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Gano's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position with all 3 timeouts. I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Play to win. Let's go.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mooney, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing now is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. He's got the first. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. And able to find Green. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now Mayfield. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge.